everyone, welcome to today's Living Blind video. It is that time of the week again, time for a Living Blind video. I actually had two ideas planned for this week, and I wasn't really sure which one I was going to go with, but circumstances say that I should go with this idea. And this idea is to continue the discussion that I started last Friday about choices. I didn't really get into this in the last video, but there are blind people out there and blindness related organizations who think that you have to do things a certain way. You have to have a certain screen reader. You have to have a certain computer program for you to do thing one. And that, more than anything, drives me nuts because you don't have to have just one thing. When I had access to it, I don't anymore, but when I had access to it, I had JAWS on my computer, and I had NVDA, which is JAWS is job access with speech, and NVDA is non-visual desktop access. Those are both really great screen readers. They have their uses, and they have things where they get hung up, and where JAWS might get hung up on something, NVDA might read it perfectly fine. Where NVDA might get hooked on something, JAWS might read it perfectly fine. So the people that say, well, you should have this piece of technology, well, you should butt out of everybody else's business is what you should do, because what's right for you is not right for everyone else. And all these organizations that are like, well, you should cook this way. Well, what if I can't cook this way? What if I can't flip that burger or that piece of chicken? Or what if I can't pour things very well? What are your alternatives? Do you have any? Those are the kinds of things that I hate, and I consider those mistakes because until you tell them, they don't know. And it's really, like, blind people are individuals. And the way that blind people are being taught should be diverse just like they are. And, you know, if you can't teach them to do something, then you've failed as a person. When I was going to get my teaching degree, I was always taught that you should teach your students how to do things multiple ways because they learn differently. They don't learn the same. And I can't say the same for the people who are supposed to be teaching blind people how to do things. I can't say the same for blind people who are supposed to be teaching newly blind people about technology or recommending technology, because they don't take in, you know, does this person have other disabilities? When I was dating my ex and he was getting his certificate to do assistive tech, the first thing I told him is, they're not going to teach you this, but you need to learn how to teach people different ways because people are individuals and they learn differently. And I really hope that he took that to heart because that's what I meant it to be. Anyway, this did not come out the way I had it scripted in my head. I had it much more scripted and better rehearsed in my head. But I hope that you get the meaning of what I'm trying to say. And I hope that you like this video enough to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring that notification bell. Make sure it's set to all notifications. Leave a comment if you have something to say. And for today's question of the day, what is something that you had a hard time learning until somebody showed you a different way to do it? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Mine was, well, mine was cooking. Not necessarily like how to do it because I knew how to do it, but mine was doing it. Because my family was always like, well, you should cook this way, and this is the only way. And then I went off a point, and they were like, no, you can cook this way, and you can do this and that. And I was like, oh. Like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. Both of these are Steffi2010. Can be found on my YouTube page below the About section, and can also be found down in the description below, along with a link to transcribe and add closed captions to any or all of my videos, including the one that you're watching right now. So if you know another language besides English and you can help me out, please do so. I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys!